Hey there, Michael Harris here, and I want to welcome you to the Financial Freedom package. And in this package, you have a debt-free living software in this course, and I'm going to show you how to use it. Now, one of the basic tenets of financial freedom is you have to learn how to manage your money, and you have to have more money coming in than you have going out. Okay, and one way to do that, to have more money coming in than going out, is to, quite frankly, reduce your debts, get rid of your debts. Okay, and so this software is going to show you exactly how to do that, and it's going to show you in what order that you should pay your debts off first, what's second and third, and so on. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just click on this debt-free living software picture. So do that, the icon, and it'll take you to this page. And I'm going to show you how to use this. So this is a how soon can I pay off my debt software. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to our debt-free living quick start guide that you had, at the beginning of this training. And I'm just going to use these as an example. Okay, so let's say you had a MasterCard with a total balance of $1,200 and a minimum payment of $25. Okay, so what you would do is under creditor 1, you're going to list MasterCard, and we're going to list $1,200. And remember, according to the training that you've already had on the product that you bought before this, if you haven't watched those videos, you should go back and watch them. But what you want to do is you want to list your debts from smallest to largest. Okay, and when I say smallest to largest, I mean your total balance that you owe. And so we're going to list our MasterCard first. Balance is $1,200, and the minimum payment is $25. Now we're going to go ahead and ignore the actual payment on this, but this one does include interest rate, and so I'm just going to make up an interest rate at this point. So we're going to call the interest rate something like 13.99%. All right, so there's credit card number 1. Now let's go back to our list of debts, and the second debt on our chart was the student loan, and it's $2,000, $35 a month. So that's what we're going to call debt number 2. So we'll call it student loan. We're going to call it $35. Oh, actually, the balance was $2,500, I believe. Let's go ahead and double check that. So the student loan was $2,000, excuse me, $2,000, all right? So $2,000 was our student loan, and the minimum payment was $35. Okay, and the actual payment, skip that part, and for a student loan, I'm just going to, again, pick an interest rate for this example, but let's say, 5.99%. All right. Now, creditor number 3, let's go ahead and pick another one. Let's pick this Visa card for $3,500 at $70 per month. Excuse me. So we got the Visa card. And on the Visa card, $3,500. Minimum payment that they want is $70 a month. And we'll call the actual interest rate on this one, we'll call it a little bit higher. Let's call it 18.99%. Okay, so there's just an example. And of course, what you want to do is go through here and put in all your debts. Okay, and so for example, if we were continuing with this example, we would continue with card number 2, the cars, and then the mortgage. And in most cases, your credit cards and student loans will be first because they have the lowest balance. And then your car payments and your house payments, house payment will be last, okay, because usually they have the bigger balances. And that's how this works. So let's just go ahead and stop there for this example. And what you want to do is scroll down here to the bottom. Now, if you remember from our training, we talked about how you want what's called basically you want a booster, okay? And you want a booster of extra money to pay each month, and it's called a payoff booster, so that you can pay off your debts quickly. And it's as simple as that. And we talk about in the course, how you can come up with some of this extra money that you need every month. And there's also some additional training out there that you can get on how to pay off your debts, how to have a payoff booster and come up with extra money each month to pay off your debts so that you can achieve financial freedom even faster. And so what we're going to do is we have our debts in there. And so the extra monthly payment in our example is, let's say, you make roughly $2,000 a month, okay? Then you want 10% of that, and so that would be $200. Now, again, this is just an example. Any payoff booster you contribute is definitely going to help you pay off debts faster, but it'll even work with no payoff booster, as we've said in the main training. But let's say you can come up with a little extra money each month, $200. Now, this part right here, one-time payment, we're going to ignore for now. Now, this is very important where it says debt ordering. We don't necessarily want to pay on the highest interest rate first. Okay, now we've talked about this in the main training, but what you want to do is you want to pay on your lowest balance first. Why? Simply because we're not worried about interest rate at this point. Okay, what we want to do is we want to have a success. And, in the main course we talked about how you want to pay off your lowest balances first so that you can definitely have that debt paid off, you'll have a success, and you'll be motivated to go on to the second debt. See, if you started with this debt first, it does have the highest interest rate. However, it's going to take you a lot longer to pay off $3,500 than it is $1,200. And this is a matter of just keeping motivated. You want to take this into bite-sized chunks so that you will stay motivated and you will definitely stick to your plan. And again, I talk about that in the main course, how it's very, very important mentally to stay in the game and stay motivated in order to pay off these debts so that you can see success and obtain the true financial freedom that you deserve. And so what we're going to do is we're going to actually, on this debt ordering, what we're going to do is we're going to do it from lowest to highest balance. Now, this figure right here, interest earned on new savings, you're simply going to, you can change that if you'd like, but I'm going to keep that the same for now. And what that means is once you pay off your debts, you're going to have a lot of extra money coming in. I mean, let's face it, if you pay off your credit cards, your student loans, if you follow this plan completely like we teach and you pay off your cars and your mortgage, everything, you're going to have a lot of extra money coming in every single month. And so what they're saying is once you have that money, once you have that extra money coming in from all your debts being paid off, it's money that you were wasting on debt payments anyway, but now you haven't paid off. Well, then you can take that money and invest. And that's what this is talking about. So there's just an assumption of a 5% interest rate. Of course, you can change that based on what you invest in the future. All right. So here's what we've done. We've listed 3 debts. We've listed the interest rates, minimum payments. We said we're going to pay an extra $200 a month on them, okay, for our payoff booster. And we've ranked them from the lowest to highest balance. Now we're going to click submit. And let's see what we come up with. Okay, so based on this method, what you're going to do is, if you do nothing and you just keep your current debts the way they are, and you don't go, you don't go into any more debt on the current payment plan, your monthly debt payments are going to be $130, okay, but your total debt payments are going to be $11,000, and you'll be debt free in 8.4 years. And you'll have $0 in savings. You'll have no savings at all. Okay, you're just simply paying off the credit cards and paying off the student loans and the debt. It's going to take you 8 years. Actually more than that, 8.4 years. Now, if you follow this plan that we've talked about, what you're going to be doing is, because you have the payoff booster, you're going to be paying extra on those debts. your total debt payments will be substantially less. You'll save over $3,000. And not only that, but you'll save a bunch of time. You'll be out of debt in just a little over 2 years instead of 8 years. Okay, so you can see the difference in time doing it this way is over 6 years. And not only that, but once you pay that debt off and you start saving money at a 5% interest rate, then you're going to have $26,000 in savings. Whereas here, doing it the traditional way, the way the banks have it set up and the way everybody else wants you to do it, you're going to have zero in savings. So which would you rather do? It's real simple. Would you rather do what everybody else is doing and pay that off in 8.4 years, doing it the way the banks have it set up? Or would you use this plan and have it paid off in a couple of years? Have everything completely paid off. And so that's a no-brainer. Not only that, but it actually gives you a chart of your current payment plan. Okay. And the rollover part is simply the extra money that you're paying on your debt. So yearly total debt balance. Going through here, it even breaks it down. That's what's great about this software and about this program is your MasterCard is going to be paid off in 6 months. It's as simple as that. Okay. And then your student loan, the second debt that we had, at first you're just making minimum monthly payments on the student loan. But once you have your MasterCard paid off in 6 months, now you're going to start on the student loan, right? So when you start on the student loan, after you have your MasterCard paid off, actually 5 months, once you have this paid off, you're going to start on the student loan, and then you'll pay that down. Okay, so you have a student loan paid off in 13 months. So a little over a year, you're going to have that thing paid for. And then you start on the Visa card, which is the biggest balance. And so you take the money that was on the MasterCard and you put that on the student loan. So now you have the MasterCard and the student loan paid off, and then you take that money and you put it on the Visa. And then you'll have the Visa card paid off in 24 months. So that's what's really nice about this software. It really breaks it down to where you can see exactly when you'll be debt-free. Okay. And so, and debt freedom equals financial freedom. It also equals stress freedom as well, because you're not worried about all these payments. You have plenty of extra money coming in, and you'll be able to live your life a lot more stress-free, no question about it. All right. So that's how the software works. And the great thing about it is you can play with these numbers. You can certainly go in here and change this around a bit. Let's say you get a tax return, and let's say you get a nice little windfall or something. And using this example, let's say you want to put $1,000 toward your debts, paying it off even faster. And so we're going to do that one-time payment. Let's say I'm going to call it June. In this case, just June 2016, we'll say. So let's submit that and see how that makes a difference in our debt. So we're going to submit that, get some new calculations, and you can see that if we pay extra on our debt, we'll be out of debt even faster. So instead of 2.1 years, it'll be 1.8. So you can see that, and the difference is, a little more substantial, and we'll have actually more savings. So again, these are numbers that you can play with. What if you have an extra windfall? You can put that in here as well. So again, this is very flexible. Now, one thing you'll want to do is, once you use this software, is you'll definitely want to save it, because this is an online software. Okay. And so what you want to do is you want to print your numbers up, because what you want to do is just hit print, and it'll print everything up for you, and you'll be able to have a physical copy. And I really recommend that that you have a physical copy of your debt plan that you can follow. Okay, so it'll all be here for you, and you just follow it, and there you go. It's really as simple as that. So that's how you use the debt-free software. I highly recommend that you get into this and try some different scenarios, try some different numbers, and see what works for you. But the main thing is you want to take action. Take action, get started on this debt-free plan today, and the sooner you get debt-free, the sooner you'll be financially free. So take action, put this plan into place, and we'll see you. We'll see you with a lot of debt freedom, and you'll definitely be successful. So that's the main thing. The main advice I can give you to now. Take this plan, put it to use, get debt free, and your life will be so much better than it is right now. So that's it for now, and we'll see you on some future trainings. This is Michael Harris signing off.